Welcome back, Transformer TCG fans. It's Grillenheimer. Thanks for being here. Okay, so if you haven't already, this is a channel where you never know what's going to happen. But for today, we're going to be talking about adding more base cards to the Transformers to TCG. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Throw Scraplets at the like button. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the base cards. This is part 2. I already got part 3 done. All I got to do is hit the upload button, but I want to get part 2 done first. I do a lot of videos, I do a lot of recording off and on, and as I'm going through, I'll see mistakes. I'll have to fix them. I'm doing stuff as I talk, and I'm thinking I can't have it. This stuff needs to be finished and ready to go, ready to play. And I don't know. It's something about this is rewiring my brain to be more immaculate than I have been in the past. I don't know. It's strange. Maybe that's why Matt left. I don't know. I think he had a family too. But anyway, let's get into this. We're going to start with Beast Wars. We're going to start in the Beamvine field, and we're going to end up conquering Cybertron. So let's get into this. Okay, so Beamvine field. It is a black-green pit base card. Base card is a new type of battle card that you can go put in your deck to be able to go to certain well-known places, areas, bases, and whatnot from the entire Transformer IP. But I'm not doing the live action stuff. I think this live action on the cards just looks funny to me. But I am doing screenshots for what it's worth, if you haven't already known. So Beanvine field, a picture of Rhinox eating off the bean vines in the field, thus the title Beanvine field. Rhinox, eat something. It'll help get your energy up. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, potty humor. I didn't like the episode Low Road when I first saw it, but it has grown on me. It is the funniest. And I love that quick little Star Wars poster. I think it was Star Wars poster. When they blow a hole into Tarantulas' lair. Golly, it's just a funny episode. So while this card is in the battlefield, each character has bold 1 until end of turn. This affects, remember, both sides of the table. It affects you that played the card, which may have knocked out one of your previous, your opponent's base card. This is non-faction. It may be rare because the ability is a little strong. But it's going to give them bold 1 too. This is important because let's keep going. After a player's beast battles, it can be your beasts, it can be their beasts. It can be Werewolf, Mindwipe, Tigatron, Optimus Primal. See where we're going here? Any beast traded characters. My Demicons have the beast trait in their alt modes. If somebody makes Terracons and they also give them maybe a beast trait in alt mode or something, attack or defense after the player's beast battles. Scrap the opponent's green pit battle cards before adding attack or defense. Well, Grillenheimer, how does that work? Say what? Yeah, we've got green pips paired up with orange. We've got green pips paired with blue. We've got a lot of green pips paired with white. Now, technically, if you go back to some older videos from like 3-4 years ago showing how to play the game, technically the attacker is supposed to flip first, the defender flips next. Most of the time it happens all at once. But then before you add to find out how much the damage is, whoever did not play the Beanvine field, whoever your opponent is, if you played this card and one of your beasts is attacking or defending, after y'all flip, your opponent's now going to have to take all the cards out with green on them. So it is allowing you to flip at least a minimum of 3 cards instead of 2. Because each character has bold 1 until end of turn. For attack at least. maybe I should make this bold one and tough one. I just might do that. That's going to be the final on here. It's going to allow both players to be able to flip one more. Yes, that seems a little more fair. So afterwards, and if y'all are both playing this card, if they played this and their beast, if they played this and you have a beast that's attacking or defending, you're the opponent because they played the card. Take note of that. So you may, they may be using just a regular bot, Autobot, a Decepticon, whatever. They're attacking your character, and your character is beast traded. Well, then you're the opponent. After y'all flip for attack or defense, you're going to have to take out whatever cards or have the green pip on them. If you're going black, blue, white, and green cards, you may be taking out a few cards. So yes, I think every character has bold one and tough one until end of turn. And then you have the interesting secondary or ability here. So whoever didn't play Beanvine Field is the person that's going to have to take out the green pips before you add up the damage. Okay? Interesting. So I like that. Let's keep going. I spent too much time on that. Big Steve's car lot. I think the card says Big Steve's car lot. The wording for how I typed it in is actually shows Big Steve's used cars, which is what the sign says. And yes, this is from the comic book. While this card is in the battlefield, each Autobot has tough 1 for battle. If you're all Autobots and they have Autobots, they get tough 1 also. They're going to get the benefit off this because Battlefield's cards help both players on both sides of the table. But each car and truck has stealth while untapped. This is a faction card because it's giving Autobots tough 1. It is an orange-green pip. Anybody can get this on the flip. I didn't trait that or anything. Like while the Beanvine Field does have let me correct that, has the beast trait for the Pierce. So only the beasts are going to get the Pierce off that base card. But the Big Steve's car lot, so you might only have say a 6 or 7 star car and truck and maybe 2 other characters in this Big Steve's car lot. After y'all all untap, your car and trucks have stealth because they're untapped. The other 2 don't. They're going to have to go into one of those other 2 characters in a possible 4-wide setting, you know. So something, and that's going to go the same with your other characters too, your opponents as well. Calm Bay. Calm Bay has been a long time coming. It was one of the first water cards I ever did to cancel Scraplets out. And it looked really sad on my phone, and it looks really good now. It's the same image. I kept this image all this time, and because maybe I do remember where. No, Carly jumped into the ocean to go, which was just the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but very, very brave, but it was just a kid's cartoon. I mean, sharks would have gotten to her before she ever made her way to the Decepticon base, and how did she know where it was anyway? Each boat has +1 to attack until end of turn. Rarely do you see me give any traded characters attack or defense. This is rare. Even though it shows as an uncommon card. Scraplets can't be played by either player. So this is just a card to help out boat characters. I have a slew of boat characters that I've created through my Marina Wars stuff that the itch is there. I may end up recoloring them too, but I'm just not good with water effects. So we'll see. I don't know. So there's that. Easy. So if you have, what was it? Is it Sunrunner? The one boat character? No, we have 2 boat characters. The Headmaster. female. I forgot her name. So we have at least 2 official boats in the game. So yeah, you could put this in with those 2 characters and give them a bump in attack while this is on the battlefield until your opponent knocks it out. Or you swap it with something else. Cave. The Cave is a black-green battle card. Base card. Only the Decepticons can get this on the flip. This was a Decepticon ploy in the G1 cartoon. Because it was where I think it was the first appearance of the Space Bridge. Bumblebee and Spike found it in this valley, and well, they captured Bumblebee and reprogrammed him to changed his memory to make the Autobots think it was in the cave, because they were going to trap the Autobots all in this cave. And so this is where this came from. It actually is flipped. You can't tell because they're just all looking straight in on the cave. There looks like Ironhide, Prowl, maybe Blue Streak, Gears, Ratchet, and somebody else. So while this card is in the battlefield, and it is a Decepticon faction base card, each Autobot has -1 bold until end of turn. Autobots can't flip to bot mode. When? While this card is in the battlefield. So again, yeah, and they're supposed to go into the cave. I almost had a screenshot of the inside of the cave of them fighting. It was hard to tell it was a cave. I mean, it was obvious, but so I liked being able to just see the entrance and the Autobots on the other side. Just looked better. It just looked better. Very simple. Well, what if I'm in my alt mode already and they put this on? Am I going to be able to flip to bot mode? Yes. But you're not going to be able to flip back. So if your Autobots are mostly in bot mode, or you have a combiner team like aerial bots, you're trying to get them to bot mode anyway. But if you have certain characters like Cars or Bumblebees, to where, when you flip trigger action in alt mode and you're in the cave and your opponent has played this, no, you can't get that triggered. So if you had a certain strategy you were going for, this is going to nix it unless you have another base card to knock it off, an action or something else to be able to knock off a base card. Which those are coming. Center of Cybertron Primus, we've already gone over this, but okay, I made a 2-minute video and I deleted it, and it was all about cards that are I mentioned in part 3, and that's the Decepticon HQ and Autobot base, the Arc, where you can't play the Decepticon base. Doesn't allow you to play any Autobot battle cards. The Autobot base does not allow you to play any Decepticon battle cards. So if you are playing, I hate mentioning these cards because I haven't revealed them yet, but if you are playing Autobot base, the Arc, your opponent is only all Decepticons and only has those kind of cards, they're not going to be able to knock it out unless they have a base card that is non-factionless or of a different faction. Or maybe even an Autobot card. An Autobot base card could knock it out. But if it's a Decepticon base card, it can't be knocked out. But if it's a hybrid, it can. Even if, and that's why I kind of wanted to go over this again, which Center of Cybertron Primus, blue-green, I'm allowing the Decepticons to be able to get this on the flip, but it's going to give Autobots +1 to attack until end of turn. The Matrix of Leadership cannot be played by either player. So there's that. The +1 to attack for like this upgrade kind of card that I've turned into a base card is only going to give it to Autobots. That's the verbiage. Okay? Only Autobots are getting that extra attack. So it would be a card like this that you could play to go to get out of the Decepticon HQ, or even Autobot base, the Arc, because just like having Clobber on any other character, it turns them also into a Dinobot. So if you are your opponent has played Autobot base, the Arc, and Decepticon cards cannot be played, battle cards at all, well, this is a Decepticon card. I can't play it. to knock out that base card? Yes, you can, because it's also an Autobot card. And an Autobot card can knock out the Autobot card. It just also happens to be a Decepticon card. Just like turning any other character into a Dinobot with Clobber. Okay? Adding the Dinobot trait. Okay, so comes the dawn. This is interesting. I like this picture. Oh my, that was one of the better episodes. Well, Beast Wars in general was really good. Season 1, a lot of people had problems with, but it didn't age well. But it's just so well written. Blue, green only. Beasts can get this on the flip. So while this card is in the battlefield, when a non-leader character defends while equipped with a weapon, and a leader you control has a weapon equipped, it has tough 2 for battle. What has tough 2 for battle? The non-leader character defending with a weapon. So it's adding tough 2. So this is kind of nice. It's not adding any defense or anything. But the point is if, say you are 5 wide, like the Stunticons, you have a weapon on Motormaster, you have a weapon on Dragstrip. Dragstrip is the one defending. He now has tough 2 for battle. Okay? As long as the leader has a weapon and the character defending also has a weapon, it's going to get the character defending is going to get tough 2. And you're going to be like, well, Grillenheimer, what if it is the leader? No, it has to be the non-leader character defending, not the leader. Then this wouldn't work. So I thought that was neat because there are 5 characters there in silhouette, which is actually very reminiscent of something they did in the Marvel Comics years ago. And then at the back of the comics, they would reuse those little silhouettes, and you could tell exactly who it was, which was really cool if you're old enough to remember that. The last one, number 7, Conquered Cybertron. It is the year 2005, and the Decepticons have taken over. Anyway, it is a green and black and green base card at the start of turn. Now, this might be a better sideboard card. A lot of these base cards could be good, decent sideboard cards, let me tell you. Especially once you know what you're playing and what you're up against with what your opponent is doing. So, yeah. This is an image from Beast Wars when it wasn't Cheetor's Nightmare. It was somebody explaining what Megatron would do with Cybertron. It wasn't Beast Machines, let me tell you. So while this card is in the battlefield at the start of turn, do 1 damage to each Guardian and characters 13 stars and up. All characters in bot mode cannot repair. That's the main draw for this card, is preventing your opponents from repairing. It's also going to stop you from repairing in bot mode. You can still repair in alt mode. So there's that. There's a little part to this. So it might help prevent them from. I don't know. I don't know how strategically this could work. But I wanted to do something here. So when is this start of turn going to happen? At the start of turn. Boom. That triggers. Before you play a base card to knock this one out, before you draw for turn, boom, at your start of turn. If you have Guardians, and all my water tanks are Guardians, or an Omega Supreme, or any characters 13 and up. And I believe I have an undisclosed chapter character that is at least 13. Pith Core is 13. What Nemesis Prime is? Nemesis Prime 12 or 13. We have a 15-star Optimus Prime, etc., etc. I think I helped Buddy make a couple of 16-star character Optimus and Megatrons. So we have or this could even work when if you're playing against a combiner. Once they're combined, yeah, I guess they're considered like a 24, 20, 25-star character. Okay. And they are in a combined mode, not a bot mode. So the combined character can still repair. Not bot or alt, not body. Bot mode. Okay. So things to think about. Alt 1, Alt 2, body mode, they can still repair. Bot modes cannot repair. Things to I'm just trying to tickle the game and say, here, check this out. Would you use this? Do you think this could work? Et cetera, et cetera. Especially if you're looking at what your opponent has. If they have a certain character that does have damage, that is in bot mode, and you have an idea they're going to try to flip that character for a certain trigger, or vice. Well, no, I don't know. But I was trying to prevent something, and this was the first, maybe the only card at the moment that prevents repair. But it's only going to do it on bot modes. It's only going to do it in bot modes. So yeah, they could flip to alt mode and still get the repair done, but it's going to force them to flip a character maybe they don't want to flip. That's a possibility too. So things to think about. What do you think? We went over the Bean Vine Field, Big Steve's Carlight, Calm Bay, Cave, Center of Cybertron Primus, Comes the Dawn, and Conquered Cybertron. So we got a lot of cards coming from Beast Wars, G1, and even the old Marvel comic. We'll see you next time. If you like what you see, thanks for hanging out. Throw Scraplets at that like button if you haven't played Calm Bay already. And as always, Autobots, flip out, and let's roll for it.